Williams and Ross to jump things up in the center circle, and UConn basketball to start things out, trying to go 2-0 in this Basketball Hall of Fame Women's Showcase after that dramatic victory over Michigan, a 20-point lead down to 1 in the closing seconds, and immediately look underneath for Sarah Strong, results in a couple free throws. It is November 23rd, and it already feels like you have exhausted all of the words to describe Sarah Strong, but let me give you the numbers from the last game against Michigan. 16 points on 7 of 15 shooting, 20 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, 4 blocks.
I'll give you a thesaurus for Christmas if you need some more words to describe her.
She's making it challenging. I think I might need that. Just describes the kind of season she is having right now. The numbers say it when words do fail, which somewhat they do. Utah's first possession of this game, 30 seconds in, and already stifling defense, really active by the Yukon Huskies. They switch there on that screen, trying to get underneath is Wilkie, and she can't convert. Off to the races the other direction, Aslan Shade. One dribble pull-up, excellently done by Shade.
Great decision by Shade. Yukon fans just down the street from stores.
And not too far from their home in Campbell Pavilion. Looking underneath, Kyra Evans immediately swarmed by the Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year 2 seasons ago. Taken away by Sarah Williams. KK Arnold turns on the Jets, loses the handle. Arnold will get it in. And into Strong. Fudd, also ridiculous against Michigan. 31 points for her. The face-up Sarah Williams is too strong. Shade attempts to tap out. And the Utes in possession of the ball right now. Walker slicing her way through. Lonnie White launches and drains the three.
Those are not going to come easy with how UConn's moving on the flight of the ball.
Sarah Williams one-on-one against Kyra Evans. Misses at the rim. A great look on that drop step, though.
Transition offense is going to be a key for Utah. Can they catch UConn off guard? And watch the vision here coming down. Fantastic job getting paint, forcing the defense to crash. And just like that, the defense of UConn clustering and stifling.
That's KK Arnold not even letting Utah get the ball in full court. This is an example of the depth we were talking about. A healthy UConn roster means they can pull up full court and cause a violation in the backcourt. A 10-second count.
They have that size down low to establish a post presence. Physicality in the paint and on the outside, that's unfair. Sarah Strong does everything right in a possession. She is in the right place at the right time. She understands spacing and angles to get her teammates the ball.
It is her skills, but also the IQ. Is Arnold, no surprise, in the passing lane for the Huskies.
And then it allows you to get reset in your defense.
Another chance for the Huskies. Now 10 to shoot from the free throw line. Too smooth. Up to Sneed. The spin move inside, gets herself free, misses on the interior, and Evelina Otto, a freshman from Latvia. Otto good on the first free throw. What a great test this is to do battle with this team.
Especially with the size that she brings to the floor.
Arnold's running the show on the offensive end. UConn 4 for 9 to start this contest. Now working through Strong. Puts up a three. She cans it.
I got no notes on that one. Everything she does looks easy.
We're seeing the full breadth of her repertoire even this early in the game. Minutes in, and she's showcasing everything. Wilkie has been able to get herself free. Quinonez takes it away. Accelerating full court and finishes through the contact.
Fantastic job of taking the defense and turning it into good offense. She uses her length to steal that ball cleanly. Then once again, the length to take a little bit of a bang, but keep those shoulders squared to the basket. The balance from the freshman, making that look like a high-level shot.
Looking for a bounce back today off the bench against Michigan. 8 minutes, 2.0 rebounds, but the game prior against Ohio State was her breakout.
The Utes haven't been able to establish any sort of offensive flow because UConn's defense has been so stifling.
Wilkie, a deep three That's no good, but she has the capability with that kind of quick trigger.
As she's catching the ball, it's practically going into her shooting hand to go and flick at the wrist.
Coming off a game high 18 points, knocked down 4 threes in their loss against Syracuse 2 nights ago. Quinonez from long range, she's got it.
She's wide open too. Utah has to communicate, make sure every single person on the perimeter is guarded. You cannot get hit on a screen or turn your head from the ball at any time.
Going deep in the shot clock. Working through Evans, who has that poked away, of course, by Sarah Strong, igniting her team on the fast break. Quinonez skip pass, Fudd for 3, yes!
UConn's transition game absolutely buries teams because they're so flustering defensively when they come down, and everybody on the floor can score.
And efficiently. Utah turns it over. Kaylee Heckel now. She can wreak havoc on the defensive end. Fudd trying to follow it up and does. It is 22-5. UConn with the lead. Utah is going to call another timeout. Addie Wilkie has not been able to find herself some looks to start this game. The leading scorer, second leading scorer on this team. Being guarded by Azzi Fudd, a tremendous defender on ball and off. Able to find it inside. Lonnie White along the baseline. Every Utah player smothered whenever they touch the ball. Here is Brooke Walker launching and draining a 3.
And Heckel gave Walker a little too much space to get shot and into that pocket and motion of shooting. Nice job by Utah trying to make the most of opportunities.
Sarah Williams giving it over to Quinonez, who splits defenders, carving up the defense on the offensive end.
It's really hard to stop driving teams whenever you don't have the help side come over. Utah has to make that a harder, more difficult shot at the rim by having the help side communicate and get over.
White forces it inside. It's broken up, stolen by the UConn Huskies. Their 5th steal in this first quarter. Fudd has action. Beautiful finish.
She is so smooth. Azzi Fudd could get hit by a couple of people, but she's so strong and keeps those shoulders squared on the finish. I love the poise she's been playing with on the offensive end.
She's got 7 points on 3 of 3 shooting. Here is Reese Ross misfiring from 3. Throws it over her head, worth a try, but in the hands of Fudd and the Huskies. Fudd will also take off toward the rim. Fading away, she knocks it down. That foul went on Wilkie. It's on a 3-point play. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter as Heckel gets it in. Quinonez, Fudd, and Strong all perfect to start this game. Here's Sarah Williams using her strength. She's squirted inside, working the offensive glass, and here is Shade to clean things up.
The physicality that Sarah Williams is playing with right now, even when she's missing, to stay with the play.
Shot clock is off. And the Utes will turn it over.
Unforced errors are happening because they're moving on the flight of the ball and they're so active with their hands defensively.
7 seconds to shoot. Kaylee Heckel barrels her way into the paint. It goes out of bounds. 3 seconds on the clock. 3 seconds for Sneed. Snaking up the sideline. Gets past a couple defenders. Got off in time. Hits rim. That could have been a big momentum boost, but it is the Huskies dominant to start. 32-8.
How do you come out and battle when you know you're getting everyone's best shot? And UConn has shown you come out by being more disciplined, by being physical, and by establishing yourself on the defensive end.
Even though they led by 20 points early in the second half, Coach Oriema told us before this game it was a good experience for us. We can't be lulled to sleep by having dominant victories. So it was a big moment for this team here at Mohegan Sun Arena to have that kind of battle against the Wolverines. Quick ball movement by the Utes, and the 3 is good by Brooke Walker.
Utah loves to shoot threes, and the thing about teams that shoot threes, they can get themselves back into games if they can get a couple going down, and it gives them a lot of confidence.
Great positioning and finish by Sarah Williams. That's just what she needed to get going. Her first bucket. Ross picks up her dribble. 10 seconds to shoot. Brooke Walker drills another one, and Walker has 8 points. Ziebell turns on the Jets, and she'll be shooting 2. Coach Oriema said it was the first game all season where we didn't get that big boost from our bench. It combined 5 points on 2 of 10 shooting. Feels like she's answering that challenge right now.
You have to find different ways to win games. You're going to win games by blowing teams out. You have to learn how to win games when teams come back and punch you in the mouth. How are you going to respond?
We have to expand our versatility on that side, too.
The crazy thing, too, is UConn has so many good one-on-one scorers, but bringing them all together, whenever that offense is flowing, is going to be scary.
Evans for three, not there. Ross skies in for the rebound. Still Utah basketball. White trying to turn the corner. The mid-range is good. First bucket for White, second for White.
White finally getting open, though, between
Mary Johnson, Greg Anthony, Stacey Ogden, but it was really Shaniqua Holtzclaw in the Lady Vols that flourished his love for women's basketball. Finally ripped away by Wilkie. White up ahead, fades from the defense, knocks it down.
Transition buckets are going to be huge for Utah.
7 points for Lonnie White. Sarah Strong, that is such a tough play. The head fake, and then the other direction.
Strong can score anywhere on the floor. She hits from three. She can play down low with her back to the basket. She's a mismatch nightmare because she's quicker than bigger players on her, but then she can score over anyone smaller.
White penetrates, pulls up. That's the first bucket in the paint for the Utah Utes.
White's getting into a rhythm right here. She's staying patient. She's staying balanced when she's going up for her mid-range.
Shade takes off to the rim and finishes. Count it!
Ashlyn Shade has been sacrificing her body throughout this game. A little bit of everywhere. Loop-de-loop. When you get a runway and just a little bit of space, Ashlyn Shade doing a good job staying aggressive.
By the way, there's no, I'm told, nickname for either of them.
Oh, really?
It's just the parents on which Sarah's being addressed. Well, if it works for them. Ball goes inside. Sarah Williams this time is swarmed, coughs it up ahead to Lonnie White.
She brought the ball down. It was easy for Utah to get the ball.
The team shooting 29% from the floor. Allie Sneed for three. On the weak side, rebound up for grabs. Quinonez comes up with it. So much speed for her size. Doriana feels like you can swap her and Strong 1-for-1 because of her talents. Azzi Fudd dropping in a three for the Huskies.
Well, it's hard to swap Azzi Fudd for anyone.
Shot clock is off for the Utes. Sneed turning on the Jets, and Sarah Williams has something to say about that.
When you can't get the shot to go on the offensive end, you have to make things work on the defensive side of the ball. Sarah Williams moving her feet, timing this to perfection. Boom, into the other side of the stands.
Four seconds left for Wilkie. Sneed gets it off in time and cannot hit, so we head into the halftime.
And then UConn was able to score quickly, points on transition off turnovers.
UConn shooting 50% in this game, Utah 25%. Says the Huskies yet to work on the offensive end. Touch inside, but right there, Reese Ross is able to knock it away in this contest. Sarah Strong, one dribble, too strong off glass, keeps it alive for her squad. Arnold's not about that three, trying to develop that part of her game. 10 seconds to shoot for Fudd, who has that poked away. She's fouled. Hurt them in the third quarter when they were outscored by Michigan 2 nights ago, 18-4. The drought was long.
You need the leadership and the tough mental attitude of some of these players to really kick in. It's okay if you're missing shots. You got to just continue making the right plays.
They go right back to Evans. Picking the pocket. Sarah Strong, the strip, and the finish on the other side.
She makes it look so effortless. Sarah Strong is so easy with her timing on defense.
Azzi Fudd now bringing the pressure. KK Arnold swarming, smothering for the Huskies. Ross dishing it off to Evans. She can't find any kind of space underneath the rim. Here is Wilkie launching for three and finally hits. She had been waiting. 44% last season. Shade picking up her dribble. working through strong at the high post. The face up the drive. Wilkie gets a piece, but that leaves Fudd open, and she makes them pay.
Another hitting threes in chaos.
Walker stolen away by KK Arnold. She is a menace on the defensive end and takes care of it on the other side.
When she gets the ball, it is an easy pick six on the other end.
She is defined by the word disruptive. Brings that energy and motor every time she's on the floor. Makes me think a little bit of Mika Mule a couple nights ago. Blanca Quinonez back on the floor for the Huskies. The pick and pop and the three working for UConn.
It's so difficult to guard someone 6'2" because she can score over smaller players, but also use her quickness to get by big players.
Sneed loses the dribble off her foot. Here comes Arnold leaving it for Quinonez, and UConn continues to pile on.
The Huskies on this run because of KK Arnold's defense. She is not letting Utah get the ball up the floor.
They have been absolutely stifling for any ball handler for the Utes. Another steal, keeping the run going. Numbers for the Huskies. And they're going to reset in the half courts. Inside a deep post of Sarah Strong. There's no answer when she is that deep inside. It's a 12-0 Husky run. Make it another steal. Fudd deposits a triple. A Yukon onslaught in UNCASVILLE. Hearing Coach Oriema talk about this, where he said, it's not so much the 12 titles that sticks out to me. It is having a 30-year span between the first and the most recent, and the kind of consistent dominance that describes.
Consistency is the exact word you can use, and this defense has been consistent as well throughout the entirety of this game. When you can dictate pace of play because your defense is so stifling, you're going to win a ton of ball games.
Quinonez getting downhill, decides against it against Otto. It's the midway point of this third quarter. Quinonez for three leaves it short, finds her own rebound, attacks, and finishes through the contact.
You're going to box out the shooter.
Step aside. More coming your way in a moment, but UConn has to put on the gas right now. Feeling like a UConn home game, and the Huskies lead 65-22 against Utah.
UConn's defense has just been so stifling. They've been so physical at the point of attack with Utah. It's gotten them out of rhythm, and it's frustrated the Utes.
Wilkie looking backdoor, and an easy lay-in inside, exactly what the Utes needed with Foster on the interior.
Utah runs a ton of actions and concepts. I love when they go backdoor because it catches so many defenses off guard, and they finally got UConn on it.
Beautiful basketball by the UConn Huskies, started by Strong, finished by Fudd.
The fundamentals that it takes to make sure the spacing is maintained in UConn's offense, it's really hard to do. The discipline's unbelievable that the Huskies play with.
Lonnie White misses everything. Good effort by Wilkie. Sarah Strong will exit this contest. Anna Elfie coming in for her. The long range two, good by Fudd. She's got 24 now.
That's going to come down to pace of play. Who can be under control the most and most disciplined?
For the UConn Huskies. They started the game in dominant fashion, won that first quarter 32-8 before a slower second quarter. There's Ziebell going to the free throw line. A real example, too, of embracing her role. She's not being asked to be a prolific shooter, to be a main scoring option, but
in order to stay on the floor, you don't always have to be the main scorer. What plays are you doing defensively? Just like that from Kaylee Hackle.
Hackle, the steal, dishes it off. Quinonez takes care of it. 3.6 seconds for the Utes. I think that would have counted. So we head to the fourth quarter. UConn in absolute control. At this point in his career, it is that feeling for his players.
Giving back, it's so important. It's really cool when you talk to any UConn alum, the pride that they have in building the next generation and still being a part of the program and still wanting to pour into the new players that have come in. Once you're in this group of UConn players, it's truly a family. They all take care of each other.
Alfie stops on a dime. The little hook shot is good. UConn led by Azzi Fudd's 24 points on 9 of 11 shooting, 8 rebounds for her, adding to her career high in that category. Quinonez with 18, Strong with 15. Crisp for 3. She's got it. Auntie Lynn. KK Arnold flies toward the rim. Quinonez thought about that 3. This time she puts it up and cans it.
I like Quinonez's shot. I'm telling you what, this positionless basketball we've seen from multiple UConn players makes them so difficult to defend. Quinonez is 6'2", but she could score anywhere on the floor.
It's a new career high, by the way, for Quinonez with her 21 points.
That's not who I was going to guess, though. I was thinking Big East tournaments played here. I was thinking DePaul at first.
But I can see your logic.
I was trying to play by the rules and not look at the answer, but then you did have to shoot right in front of me.
It is such a connected group, especially on that defensive end, as Alfie draws multiple defenders. Ziebell for 3 in front of her own bench, gets it to go.
She is so automatic. Allie Ziebell does not need a lot of time to get that shot off. Just a little bit of sunlight means that she can let it fly.
It's her first triple today. She's got 5 points. Really solid minutes as Wilkie on the backdoor cut. Arnold will penetrate. Back in her hands again. 3 on the way. It is good.
Two-man game. Pick, pop, let it fly. From the logo almost. Okay, Invesco QQQ.
Still a couple players who haven't scored. Hackel hasn't. Charm. And Khalees Fisher, who played early in the first half for the Huskies. Jelmstad drains the 3.
Jelmstad's another player who's got great size. 6'1", knocking down the 3. It's going to draw bigger players out of the paint and open up a little space on the interior.
And this has been a great learning lesson for her, too. She struggled with her efficiency against Syracuse. And here she is against number 1. Ziebell from straight on knocks it down.
There's like no movement in her shot.
I think we've had this conversation that it is the best Christmas song. 3 on the way and good by Jelmstad. Just outlasting that Wolverines team despite a 20-point lead early in the second half. And they responded with this kind of dominance. There's Ziebell parading to the rim.
It started on the defensive end for UConn, getting stops, really forcing Utah out of its game. The Utes never got into any sort of offensive rhythm in the first half because UConn's defense kept getting into passing lanes and forcing Utah to play at a much faster speed than they wanted to.
3 on the way and good by Grace Foster, knocking it down. Ducharme for 3, hand in her face, not that time. The steal by Ducharme attacks the rim, and she's fouled.
Every single time she has the ball and she shoots, the bench is about to erupt.
So much resilience she has displayed the last 2 seasons combined, and she gets on the board. It goes over 2. Or excuse me, 2 for 2. UConn is going to go 2 for 2 in this Basketball Hall of Fame Women's Showcase. Hackel grips down the rebound. They have a lot to feel good about. It's about how they played, how they won, but also what they know they can improve. Patterson stuck underneath. And she'll have another shot here with UConn ball. Fisher, the long range 2 is good. She gets in on the party.
Almost everybody but 2 players have scored for UConn.
Otto is fouled. Some free throws coming. Get back to that Michigan game. They were stifled in that third quarter. Outscored 18-4. They were on their heels. But they responded with pure dominance, and the bench clearly enjoying it.
you do have to take a moment to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Especially this early in the season, UConn proving that they truly are the #1 team in the country. No matter what type of competition they're playing, they're always going to bring their A game.
Fans on their feet here at Mohegan Sun Arena, enjoying a wire-to-wire effort. The UConn Huskies in the win column again, 93-41.